In this video, we will be discussing about few more problems under stability of a system. So now we have a system in this which is having a forward path gain k divided by s into s square plus s plus 1 into s plus 4. We need to determine the range of k. K is unknown. Determine the range of k for which the system is stable. So we have this y of s by r of s is equal to k by s into s square plus s plus 1 plus k. Now here the gain is 1. The gain is 1. So our transfer function is of the form y of s by r of s, y of s by r of s is equal to, if this is g and if this is h, a closed loop transfer function will be of the form g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s, for which we obtain this particular transfer function. So from this transfer function, we have to consider only the characteristic equation. We know the characteristic equation is 1 plus g of s h of s equal to 0. So our characteristic equation is s into s square plus s plus 1 into s plus 4 plus k equal to 0. On simplifying, we get s to the power 4 plus 5s cube plus 5s square plus 4s plus k equal to 0. Now we have the characteristic equation with highest order of s, which is 4, and we have to find the value of k for which the system should be stable. So to satisfy the necessary condition, all the values should be non-zero. We have all the values of all the coefficients to be non-zero, and k also should be positive. Then only the system will be stable. We will construct the roots array. So from this equation, the highest power of s is 4. So we have s to the power 4. Then the coefficients are 1, 5 and k. So the first row elements are 1, 5, k. Next power is s cube. So we have s cube over here. So the coefficients are 5 and 4. So 5 and 4. So based on this coefficients, we will obtain the third row elements, which on finding the determinants, you get 21 by 5, and 5 into k minus 1 into 0 by 5 gives you k. It is also k. So the next fourth row, on multiplying, on finding the determinant, you get it as 84 by 5 minus 5k divided by 21 by 5. The last row you get it as k. So the condition for stability is the first column elements should not change the sign. That means all should be positive. So if we see the last row, we have k. So this k should be greater than 0. It should be a positive number which is non-zero. So k greater than 0. Then we have the s power 1 row elements as 84 by 5 minus 5k divided by 21 by 5. This also should be positive. This also should be greater than 0. That means 84 by 5 minus 5k is greater than 0, or 84 by 25 is greater than k. That means k is less than 84 by 25. So our k value should be greater than 0 and it should be less than 84 by 25. So our range of k, the range of k lies between, so k value should be greater than 0 but it should be less than 84 by 25. So this is our range of k. If they ask you to find the roots, okay, so if they ask you to find the oscillation of frequency, we have to find the roots. So to find the roots, we consider, we substitute 84 by 25. It should be greater than 0 and less than 84 by 25. So if we take k is equal to 84 by 25 and substitute in this particular row, we get we get 21 by 5 s square plus 84 by 25 equal to 0. So this is your auxiliary equation. So on simplification gives you s is equal to plus or minus j root 4 by 5. So it is of the form s is equal to plus or minus j omega naught, where omega naught is our frequency. So on comparing, we get omega naught is equal to root 4 by 5 radians per second. So sustained oscillation frequency is root 4 by 5 radians per second. Next, we will move on to the relative stability analysis of a system. Next topic is relative stability. So with the root stability criteria which we use, it tells us whether the system is stable or not. So once we have confirmed that our system is stable, that is all the roots of the characteristic equation is in the left half of the S-plane, then we can determine the relative stability where it is concerned with the properties of the transient behavior of the system, like peak overshoot, settling time, rise time, and so on. So the root stability criterion actually is not related to find the relative stability of a system, but we can use root stability criteria in order to find the relative stability of a system. So what we have here is, we have the S-plane. S-plane, this is the imaginary and this is the real axis and imaginary axis. Say suppose we have either a real root or we have a complex conjugate pair of roots on this vertical line in the S-plane. It is denoted by the root is minus sigma. So S is equal to minus sigma is the root where this sigma is greater than 0. It is greater than 0. So our time constant tau, we write it as 1 by sigma. That means this is inversely proportional. So if we have a smaller time constant, that is the transient response, which corresponds to a smaller time constant, it decays faster and therefore it is dominated by the roots with larger time constants. So the largest time constant which is associated with the system, it can be obtained by having a minimum distance because they both are inversely proportional. So minimum distance of the characteristics roots from the imaginary axis. So what we do is we substitute S is equal to S cap minus sigma in the characteristic equation, and on the trial and error basis we find the minimum distance of the roots from the imaginary axis and hence the largest time constant associated with the signal. Actually we use root stability criteria to find the relative stability. So what we are supposed to see is if there are no sign changes in the first column of the array for the polynomial developed for S cap, not for S, we have to construct the roots array for S cap. Then if there is no change in the roots array constructed using S cap, it implies that all the roots of the original equation, characteristic equation, are more negative than minus sigma. So they are more negative compared to your origins, more negative than minus sigma. We will have an example. We will understand it better. So we will consider a characteristic equation S cube plus 7s square plus 25s plus 39 equal to 0. Now we have to, if you observe the system, if you construct the roots array and if you observe the stability of a system, we will find the system is stable because the first column all signs are positive. Now what we have to do is we have to find the relative stability. Only once we confirm absolute stability, that means all the roots lie in the left half of the S-plane, we can find the relative stability. So to find the relative stability, we will check whether for this particular question, we will check if all the roots of this equation have real parts which is more negative than minus 1. Whether the roots are real and more negative than minus 1. That is what we'll find. So for this, we have to construct a polynomial of S cap. So substitute S is equal to S cap minus sigma. Our sigma over here is 1. So we will substitute it as S cap minus 1. So S is equal to S cap minus 1 has to be substituted in this particular original characteristic equation. So for which we get f of S cap is equal to S cap cube plus 4s cap square plus 14s cap plus 20. This is what we get. Next, we have to construct a polynomial of S cap. So our highest power is 3. So S cap 3 S square S to the power 1 and S to the power 0. So our coefficients are 1 and 14. Second one is 4 and 20. So when we have this 4 and 20, so both 4 and 20 we can divide it by 4, wherein we get 1 and 5. So our second row elements are 1 and 5. So we will find the third row elements. It is 14 minus 5 by 1, which is 9. And this is 0. Next is 9 into 5 minus 0 divided by 9, which gives you 5. So now we see that all the values in the first column of the roots array are positive. That means all the roots of the original characteristic equation are more negative than minus 1, because this equation we have got it by substituting S is equal to S cap minus sigma. So all the roots are more negative than minus 1. Hope you have understood the problems of stability using Routh's stability criteria.